There is a particular kind of tiredness that lives in barns, not just the sore muscles from stacking hay or the bleary eyes from another midnight colic check, but something that seeps deeper. It touches patience, it dulls joy, and it slowly reshapes the way you show up for the horses you love. In psychology, we call this compassion fatigue. Here's the striking reality: there is no published research yet on compassion fatigue in equestrians. Whether you are a barn owner, a trainer, a groom, or simply a devoted horse owner, no one has studied it directly. And yet, in healthcare and mental health fields, compassion fatigue is not just real, it's one of the most significant risks professionals face. Nurses, doctors, therapists, all of them have been shown to experience profound emotional, physical, and social strain from caregiving. If compassion fatigue can weaken the resilience of professionals who train for years to manage human suffering, who is to say it does not affect equestrians, who live in caregiving roles 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? In hospitals, compassion fatigue has been tied to emotional exhaustion, diminished empathy, and detachment. Patients feel it when interactions become less warm, less attentive, less human. It leads to more errors, poor concentration, and decreased quality of care. Medical professionals report higher rates of anxiety, depression, and sleep disturbances. Their relationships suffer. Their job satisfaction plummets. Many eventually leave the profession altogether. If this is what happens in hospitals with structured support systems, imagine the toll in barns where the stakes are high, the resources are thin, and the responsibility never ends. Let's be honest about barn life. Horses colic, fences break, hay runs short, weather dictates everything, staff leave suddenly, bills climb faster than board rates, there are no weekends off, no guaranteed sleep, no clean division between work and personal life. Your horse needs you at 2 a.m., and you get up. A boarder calls in crisis during dinner, and you answer. The care is constant, the emotional investment total. This is what makes the bond between horses and humans so extraordinary, but it also sets the stage for compassion fatigue. And here's the cruel part: compassion fatigue doesn't announce itself with fireworks, it slips in quietly. The barn manager who once greeted every boarder with warmth now keeps her head down. The trainer who used to delight in every small breakthrough now sighs heavily before mounting up. The horse owner who once found brushing their gelding meditative now feels only resentment that the chores never end. From the outside, it may look like laziness or burnout. On the inside, it's the nervous system stretched past its capacity. The consequences go both ways. Compassion fatigue erodes the caregiver's own well-being, leading to poor sleep, irritability, social withdrawal, and physical symptoms like headaches and exhaustion. But it also affects the horses. A tired owner may miss the subtle signs of pain. A frustrated trainer may correct too harshly. Horses, being exquisitely sensitive to human emotional states, pick up on the tension. They feel it in your touch, your tone, the way you carry yourself in their presence. The ripple effect is undeniable. So, why is this conversation absent from the equestrian world? Partly because horse culture idolizes grit. We are taught to push through, to care for the horse no matter what, to wear exhaustion as a badge of honor. But grit without recovery isn't strength, it's depletion. And depletion, left unaddressed, leads to resentment, mistakes, and at times the loss of the very bond that drew us to horses in the first place. In healthcare, researchers have identified protective factors: supportive work environments, strong leadership, wellness resources, and recognition of emotional strain all help. Translated into barns, this means setting boundaries with boarders so that emergency only truly means emergency. It means building micro breaks into your day, sitting quietly for 5 minutes in the truck, taking a deep breath at the pasture gate, or sharing a laugh in the tack room. It means writing down crisis protocols so you don't have to make every decision from scratch in the middle of chaos. These are not luxuries, they are survival strategies. But more than strategy, what's needed is cultural change. In medicine, simply naming compassion fatigue has reduced stigma and allowed professionals to seek help without shame. The equestrian world needs the same shift. To say openly that barn work is emotional caregiving is to validate the real weight you carry. Once it is named, it can be addressed. This is where the absence of research matters. Without studies, horse people may internalize their exhaustion as personal weakness. Without language, they may suffer in silence. Without recognition, they are more likely to push until they break. And yet the parallels are clear. If compassion fatigue can dismantle the resilience of highly trained doctors and nurses, it is safe to assume it can affect horse owners and equestrian professionals too. The stakes may look different, patients in hospital beds versus horses in stalls, but the mechanism is the same. Relentless caregiving without replenishment erodes the caregiver from the inside out. So if you are listening now, maybe in your truck after feeding, or while mucking stalls, or on the way home from yet another late night vet call, I want to say this directly to you. Your horse is not a machine, and neither are you. The care you give matters. It matters to your horses, to the people who trust you with them, and to the equestrian world as a whole. But your health matters too. You deserve the same compassion you give so freely. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep learning in new ways.